Hello and welcome back to my second channel for something that is not a reaction. We're making a tier list again, but this time we're doing a tier list of all of my songs from the year. If you didn't know this already, I'm a musician. I mean, you should know that if you're here. But yeah, I'm a musician. My name's Shwabadi, and I make a song every single week. So this year I released about 90 songs, one a week on my main channel, as well as separate short songs here and there, and 2 albums. So we are going to be sorting through just the weekly released songs. So there's 52 songs here. And these are just the ones that I've released every single Friday on my main channel at 9 p.m. GMT. That is UK time. So we're going to start, I guess we'll just start at the top left. It's not in any particular order, I don't think. These ones are just kind of in a bit of a random order. So without any further ado, let's just go through them. Obviously, your opinion might vary and might change, but if there's anything I do on here where you're like, what are you talking about? Leave a comment below and let me know. So we're going to start with Take My Hand, which is my Alistair song. This song I hate. I really liked it when I was working on it, and then released it and immediately 180'd and was like, wow, I can't stand this song anymore. I really don't like this song anymore. I thought it was a pretty cool idea. That just did not work out. Now that I'm looking at it, I might need to add more tiers. We'll get to that later. Symbols. Symbols is my All Might Endeavor track with DPS. I really like that song. I'm going to put it in A for now, tentatively. DPS went crazy on that track. He kind of bodied me on my own song, which is unfortunate. Really like the instrumental for that song. I know a lot of people would have preferred to hear a hook instead of instrumental, but personally, I like the instrumental drop a lot. My Half-Life song, Alex, with Zach Boucher. Zach was flowing all over that bitch. This is one of my biggest flops. I think this song has, like, so few views. It's one of my least viewed songs ever. Apparently people just don't care about video game raps on my channel. So I'm gonna say this one's C. It's pretty good. I like the beat for it. I like what we did. But it's not like a shining star of my channel, to be honest. I might put it in B tentatively for now. No, you know, I'm gonna be harsh to myself. I'm putting it in C. Crewmates. Crewmates, my second Among Us song. I'm gonna put this one in A. Again, I'm telling a story about the crewmates on the ship in the game Among Us, and their fight for survival to try and figure out who is the imposter. Imposter, the previous song, I'm gonna put tier below B. I really like the song and the way I told the story, but I think it suffers from me listening to it way too many times. Obviously, it gets bonus points for being the most popular song that I've ever released by the power of 10. So thank you. That kind of blew up my channel a little bit. But I like what I did on that song. But yeah, it's definitely not close to like one of my favorites. Beyond the Wall, my song with Tyler Clark for Attack on Titan, I'm gonna also put in B, a little below Imposter. Tyler Clark did really well on the beat and with the chorus and stuff. The choir, the Latin choir we recorded for it, it was cool, but I just feel like it didn't really fit my style in the end. My style of rap doesn't fit with that big EDM dubstep kind of hip-hop stuff, so I didn't quite land on the beat quite as much as I wanted to, you know what I mean? If that makes any sense. I'm sure some people like that song, but it didn't hit for me. The Avatar Cycle Cypher, I think it was a good idea, but again, not a huge fan of it. I'm going to put it in C, just above Alex. I liked some of the verses on there, but it just didn't feel that cohesive a project generally, and I don't like my verse that much, so it's not something I listen to myself a whole lot. My B-Stars song, Be the Star. This one was pretty good. I tried to mix a little bit of brass, a little bit of acoustic drums and stuff. The instrumental, I really like how it turned out. Lyrically, it was kind of weak though, so I'm gonna put that in B as well, probably just above Beyond the Wall. I quite like that song, but I just feel like I could have written it better. That's my issue with a lot of my songs from earlier this year. I feel like the writing could have been a lot better. Brand New Animal, this one slapped. I really like Brand New Animal, my song with Black Link. He ate that shit up. Instrumental was really cool, retro kind of vibes. I'm going to be moving some of these around later as well, don't worry about it. Mindless Violence, just a big old flop. I wish I would have spent longer on Mindless Violence and hired some people to do some actual drums for it and actually mix my guitar properly and stuff like that, because I am not well versed in the genre of metal or rock, melodic rock stuff, so it just kind of fell flat. I wasn't that good at mixing at the time for other people's voices, so Irene's vocals, Stargirl's vocals, were very thin, and I didn't know how to beef them up and make them sound that nice, so the mix was lacking. It was just kind of a bit flat. Three Swordsmen, one of the first trio raps that me, Connor Quest, and Rustage did. It might be the first trio rap on my channel. I'm going to say it was. And that one's pretty good. I'm going to say that one lands kind of around here, Be the Star. I'm actually bringing Beyond the Wall down to C tier. Three Swordsmen is good. I don't think it's the best performance from any of us. And I think the hook, which I wrote, was kind of meh at best. The thumbnail for Spotify does bang, though. So shout out to me on the thumbnail. Charge Bolt. This is my Denki Kaminari track that I did with VGRB. It was my first collaboration with Cam. He was super, super nice to work with. He had all these really cool ideas. I like this one. Again, not at all within my style, but I think I did a lot better on this one, stepping out my style, than I did with Beyond the Wall or Mindless Violence. So I'm going to put that one up to B tier. I still listen to this one a decent amount. I really like the drop in it. It's that bubblegum kawaii pop kind of sound. And I think I just about got it. Defiant, my Deanne rap, is probably the worst song I've made this year. Hala CG features on the hook. She did a really good job, but the instrumental was so weak. Everything was so poorly mixed and composed that it's almost unlistenable. Doro Hey Doro is one of the best songs I've released this year. Lyrically, I think I could have performed a little bit better. I actually rewrote my second verse after I got Grey Fox's vocals, because I was like, damn, he really performed. But it's one of my favorite beats I've made. And I really like how if you just look at the second verse for Doro Hey Doro, it's my favorite song I've released this year. But taking it as a full product, it's slightly beaten up by some other stuff, which we'll get into. Understand, the Escanor rap, which I didn't think was released this year. I thought that was last year. It's on the list. So that's pretty bad as well. I really can't stand the instrumental or my vocal delivery on that one. I was trying to do this thing where I had a repeating motif going through the lyrics where it was, you don't understand. I was like, you don't understand. And then the next line, you don't understand. But it just it was so lame. It was ridiculous. We have Lonely, my Gara rap featuring Tokame. Tokame was really good on this. I really like the instrumental and a lot of stuff about this. I think that the only thing holding this back was my vocal delivery was really weird and the lyrics were kind of flat. So I'm going to put this down kind of somewhere in C. High end of C. Gentle Criminals. The first time I've really done a song where I was trying to be funny. I am, by the way, just to my stream chat, I am glancing at my stream chat to see what you guys think. But I knew for a fact I would disagree with most of y'all. On this, Beyond the Wall is not an S. It's not even close. It's C at best. This seems optimistic, to be fair. Actually, you know, I'm gonna add another tier. I'm gonna add a row below. I'm gonna skip E and I'm just gonna go all the way to F, because these songs are bad. These songs are really bad. There's very little kind of that's making me like these songs. Gentle Criminals is A tier. I'm gonna put it up there with Symbols. It's funny. It hits all the notes I wanted it to. The beat kind of slaps. Shara was a really good feature on it as La Brava. And I still use it as the intro music to a lot of my second channel videos whenever I edit them. So that's a good song. The God of High School. I like this track. It's not, the only issue with this track is it's not quite as refined as I wanted it to be. Again, that's an issue with mix and performance. So I'm gonna put it high B tier. I still listen to this song. I like it a lot. And if somebody told me that this was their favorite song I'd released this year, to be honest, I would say, okay, fair enough. I can see that. That's totally fair. If that's your favorite song of mine this year, then I'm not mad at all. I'm not mad at all. But from a personal standpoint, the second verse was really lacking, the way it was written. The singing wasn't tuned up enough. The mixing was a little bit off. The drop was almost as hard as I wanted it to be, but just didn't punch through the way I wanted it to. So B it is. Jajang Ken. There's a lot I like about this song, but there's also a lot I dislike about this song. The hook is really, really scuff. I just couldn't sing it myself. and I didn't have enough time to get a feature. I wanted to get CG5 or Ozza, but I just didn't actually physically have the time to send it to someone, wait for him to send me something back and then mix it, so I just performed it myself, and I didn't do as good as I wanted to, or as well as I wanted to, sorry, and I couldn't mix it as cleanly as I wanted to. The Haikyuu Rap Cypher. I know I generally have this rule on my channel where I say I don't like ciphers that much, but I absolutely adore the Haikyuu Rap Cypher. It's one of my favorite songs this year. I was so nervous putting together this cypher because I had seen other cypher projects from this community be ruined by bad verses or be made unlistenable because of a poor mix, even though the verses themselves are quite good. And I was really scared that I was going to ruin it or I wouldn't be brave enough to tell someone, hey, this verse isn't good enough, you know what I mean? But in the end, there was only one verse that I had to tell someone, you need to do this again. And that was only because they wrote it for the wrong character. Shout out Eddie Rath. His verse was good, but his first verse was for the wrong character, so I needed to tell him to write it again. But yeah, I love every verse on that song. I still remember all the lyrics. I love singing along to it. Like a Giant, which is my Hinata, Show Your Hinata song, from Haikyuu also. I like the hook of this. And the instrumental's interesting, though not really within my original style. But I just don't think it landed the way I wanted it to. It's probably down here somewhere. Yeah, low C. Because I like the song, kind of. It just feels very amateurish at times, which is disappointing. Beast Breath was my first song to really take off. It was my first song I made this year featuring Dreaded Yasuke, and it blew up for what my channel was at the time. And this was, at the time as well, one of my favorite songs I'd ever made. Until some others you'll see later. I still think it ranks pretty highly, but compared to some other stuff that I've brought out this year, the aggressive delivery wasn't refined nearly enough. Very much sounded like I was forcing it at some points. And my lyrics were... There was no depth to them whatsoever. So it's B. It's B for me. But it's high B. It's up here. I still like Beast Breath. I still listen to it. But there's no way it can break into A when you look at the roster that's in A and S right now. Let Us to Zuko, my Uncle Iroh inspired song. It's a lo-fi remix of Leaves from the Vine with some philosophical lyrics put over the top, and I really like this song. It was taken down from YouTube, which is unfortunate, but it is still completely available on Spotify and other streaming platforms, so do run it up, because I'm not getting any revenue from that on YouTube anymore because of a copyright claim. But I like this song. I think it's pretty well written. It hit the notes I wanted it to. I'm going to say it's kind of up here. Let Us to Zuko. I like that song. However, I guess some people might not like that, to be honest. Okay. Some people are telling me Beast Breath needs to be an S. No. Listen to Beast Breath again. It's not S. Hiding the Truth, my Itachi rap featuring Divide Music, our first time working together. I really liked his vocals on the hook. Sounded super clean. And I like this song instrumentally and performance-wise a lot. It's one of my favorite to perform live when I was doing my Twitch live show. I really like performing this one. So I'm going to put it up kind of in B again. Probably just above Beast Breath right there. I do like this song a lot. One Eye Open, my Kakashi rap. Again, it's kind of in the vein of that rock style, but more hip-hop influence. So it's more into my comfort zone. One Eye Open's really... It's one of those ones that I love, but I'm not sure if a lot of other people like it. I'm going to put it in A. But I'm not sure if many other people would agree with me when you compare it to some of the songs around it. I really like this song, and I just wish it performed better. And I wish more people knew about it. What They Deserve, my Karma rap. So this was kind of one of my first times working with Connor Quest where I... really talked to him about what we were doing, because I'd worked with him before on my Mirio song and on the rap battle that we did the previous year, but it was kind of just, I sent him something, I was like, hello, here is a song, please record a verse, and he was like, okay, here is a verse, thank you. Uh, but what they deserve. It was my first time really like talking to him and getting to know him and working with him like that. And I really like how this song came out. I must say it's probably A tier up there. I was really into Denzel Curry and Run the Jewels at the time. And they influenced that song a whole bunch. Zoldyck, again, my second kind of foray into just doing straight up rock music, and it was slightly more refined than Mindless Violence, but still really poor. So it's down in D. Now that I'm looking at this list again, I'm gonna reorder some things a little bit. I'm just putting Like a Giant a little bit lower. Yeah. Breakthrough, my Kirishima rap, was, again, me trying out new styles, a new type of beat. I don't know how well it worked, because I still like this song. It gets stuck in my head, but I didn't say anything in the lyrics. I literally said nothing in the lyrics. I don't think I had a bar. So it's gonna be down here somewhere. Probably like it more than the Avatar Cypher. You do a lot of experimental hip hop. Yeah, I like to experiment. I like to experiment a lot. I try a lot of new things. I go out of my way to do something different every week. So sometimes it succeeds, like with Doro Hetero. Sometimes it falls flat on its face, like Take My Hand. Another Teacher, which is actually a 2019 song that accidentally made the list, but since it's here, I might as well put it up here. My Koro Sensei rap. It's kind of chill, groovy, fun, boom bappy kind of. It's got a lot of stuff going on in there that I really like. But again, it's a weaker one lyrically. It's not one I remember that well. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm gonna put Alex down here. I don't like that song that much. I don't know why I rate it so highly. You're just gonna see slowly songs dropping down as time goes on. Killing Ghosts, the first time I featured Breton Boy on my channel, and the third time I featured Sky Limits. Yeah, third time. So I wrote the hook for this, and I couldn't perform it as well as I wanted to, so I hit up Sky. I was like, can you sing this? And he was like, yeah, and just fucking absolutely knocked it out of the park. So I like this song. But again, it's a weird beat. I don't think it's the type of beat that Breton does very well on. So I don't think Breton's verse is that good in Killing Ghosts. My verse is very slow, 4 on the floor, standard pace stuff. And it didn't hit nearly as hard as I wanted it to. Realistically, Killing Ghosts is carried by the hook. Which at least I wrote the hook, so, you know, I had a hand in it. But otherwise, it's kind of duty. So I'm going to put it down here, right underneath Lonely. It's kind of mid. But the hook is really good. But everything else is really, really mid. Demon in Me, my Meliodas track, featuring Game Boy Jones. If you just take the hook from Demon in Me and Game Boy Jones's verse, like from Game Boy Jones up to the end, it's an S tier. It's one of my favorites this year. But because of my first verse being kind of mid, I'm going to have to put it in A, just below Symbols. Because I love the hook of that song. I'm so proud of all the melodic elements and the structure of that song, from the hook and through Game Boy Jones's verse into the bridge and stuff like that. I really can't listen to my verse anymore. So it just brings it down a tier. I have this, like, the lyrics are fine in my verse. I just have such a fucking weird delivery where I was speaking really deep for some reason. I was like, yeah, I'm in the kitchen for so many dudes that it looks like some melodies. It's like, it didn't suit it at all. But yeah. Kage Bunshin with no jutsu. Yeah, I mean, there was some, like, decent bars in there, but it is what it is. Everything I've Got. I adore this song. I think this is, like, one of the best songs I've made this year. Everything I've Got, my Mirio song. Another kind of, like, slept-on banger. Conquest came through on that one. In 24 hours, I said, can you do a verse for this song? Because I need it this Friday. It was Wednesday at the time. So I sent him it. He sent me something back the next day. I got the video edited. I put everything together. I love this song. I tried out a bunch of stuff for the first time with Everything I've Got, mixing-wise and in terms of composition. Like, the synths feel so big. They hit so hard. Connor's verse is so good. He's really flowing. Shout out Connor Quest in the chat right now. The hook with the singing, I tried all this pitched around stuff with like the formant shifting. It just feels like it clicked together really well. Strike, my Nagisa song. I like Strike. Fun fact, this song was originally supposed to feature a kind of prominent Portuguese nerdcore rapper, but unfortunately he got busy. This was supposed to come out Christmas 2019. Didn't, because the guy who was going to feature on it got busy. And then it ended up getting postponed until February. I like performing this one live, but I just don't think there's a lot to this song. It's like, if you like drum and bass, cool, you're gonna like this. But if you don't, there's really not a lot there. So I'm gonna put this one down kind of between Killing Ghosts and Beyond the Wall. It's another example of me trying out different genre and trying out different elements of styles I haven't touched before that just didn't work. New Horizons, my Animal Crossing song, which wasn't actually an Animal Crossing song. It was a song about me celebrating something like 5,000 subscribers or 10,000 subscribers. But I just labeled it an Animal Crossing song because the lyrics were kind of to do with Animal Crossing. So I got a bunch of friends to sing the hook for that, which was really nice. I do like that song. This is actually, I know I said this about my Alex song earlier. I think this is the worst performing song on my channel ever. Just nobody clicked on this. And it was me singing and playing guitar and doing all this shit that I really liked. I thought it was cool. I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna put it up here. I think it's a pretty high C tier song. It's a pleasant thing to listen to, you know what I mean? Demon Blood, my Nerdcore song. I mean, you can tell how much I like this song because all of the ad-libs and doubles from this song are my Twitch notifications. Shout out every time someone follows and goes, all right! Whenever I get subscriptions, packed lunches. That's all from this song. So I do like this song a lot. I'm going to put it at the top of A tier. I think it's not quite S tier because it's not as refined as it needs to be. The singing parts aren't quite as clean as they should be. And the hook's kind of forgettable. Hands On, my Nico Robin song, my first One Piece song. I like this. Mostly for the hook. My verse is decent. I don't think it's the best Shara verse. Even on my channel, it's probably the worst Shara verse on my channel. Because I have like 3 of those now. It's like a decent verse. But I really like my verse on Hands On, and I really like the hook. I know it's kind of like, it splits the room, honestly, when you show people this hook. Either they love it or they hate it. But I'm going to put that right below Demon Blood. Again, I feel like Shara's verse isn't that good on it. As compared to kind of her verse on Gentle Criminals or the Otaku Cypher, but it is what it is. Ninetales! I just put it up there. I love this song. I'm getting, this is kind of a, I was expecting this tier list to be really bottom weighted. But it's really top weighted right now, and I'm gonna try and sort that out in a second. Hold on. Let me do that right now, because Another Teacher is not that good. Avatar Cycle Typh is not that good. Breakthrough is, yeah. I'm gonna put that there. Yeah, One Eye Open is experiment. One Eye Open's not as good as The God of High School, actually. Let me be real. One Eye Open is not as good as The God of High School or the Itachi song. What they deserve is, yeah. Actually, I don't like crewmates that much. I'm gonna put that down. I don't like crewmates as much as The God of High School. Gentle Criminals, Demon in Me, Symbols, Hands on Demon. Yeah, that makes more sense to me. There we go. That makes more sense to me. Okay, the Kurama song, Ninetales, no one had done one in English before, so I was like, fuck it, I'll do one. And it absolutely popped off. It's got like 600,000 views now, which is wild. For a Naruto song on my channel, look at the rest of the Naruto songs on my channel. They didn't get close to that number. So shout out Ninetales, that song, I really like how that one did. How it came out. The singing hook was a little bit weird. How is it? It's kind of like almost chromatic the way I sing it. It's that just seal me away. Better coming out the cage now. It's just like really weird, and I love it. Infection, my overhaul rap is I tried out a lot with this beat, putting a lot of Foley into the percussion, a lot of textures into the beat. Um, Not really a fan of it though. I'm gonna put this down just above New Horizons, right there. I remember you asking for my help on Kurama. Yeah, Conquest helped me. He did this harmony on the Kurama track, where I had the original line that I was singing was like a little wonky. It didn't sound that good, and Connor helped me get that not the harmony, get the melody to a really nice point. Shout out Connor Quest. Honestly, the UK trio, we are all so involved in each other's music. At this point, it's crazy. Leaving Here Together. Speaking of Connor Quest, he was on this one. He killed it. For this one, I really wanted to emulate the three main characters from Promised Neverland, Emma, Norman, and Ray, but without just singing or rapping from their perspectives. You know what I mean? So if you look at our verses, you could argue that Connor is rapping from the point of view of Ray. I'm rapping from the point of view of Norman. But we're not really. We're just talking about the general series and stuff with kind of some allusion to the characters. And Chi-Chi went crazy on the hook. I put in that saxophone, all that distortion. I love this song. So I'm going to put it up here, right around with Demon in Me, because that one really hits home for me. I love that song. Rengoku! Rengoku shit beef with me, then you've gotta burn. Rengoku might be one of the best songs I've made this year. Mia went stupid on it. DPS went stupid on it. I kind of wild out on it. The beat's kind of crazy. Even the video's crazy. Shout out, it's Sully. I'm gonna put this up right above the Haikyuu rep cipher, I think. And I'm gonna put Ninetale. Yeah, Ninetales is gonna go under Demon Blood. I've reconsidered. I like Demon Blood more. I love that song. That one's so goofy. Just realized I've used the same font in Rengoku as I did in Dorohedoro, and those two next to each other look gross, and I hate that. Okay, Reverse Lotus, my Rock Lee song. I think it was my first Naruto rap. I was still reading Naruto at the time that I wrote this song. I hadn't even made it to Shippuden when I wrote this, actually. I hate Reverse Lotus. I can't stand this song. It's like, it's okay up until the fast part, and then it's dog shit. Unlistenable, unfortunately. Rinne Sharingan, my first attempt at kind of the trap metal, dark, hip-hop stuff. It ranks pretty well, but you could tell it was kind of my first attempt at that style. I'm going to put it in high C. I'm going to say just above Charge Belt for me. It lands right there. If you just listen to the hook, it kind of bangs. But for the rest of it, it goes on for a long time. There's a couple of flow switch-ups which are cool. But it is what it is. There's like a handful of bars at most. 10 billion%, the certified Disney Channel classic that nobody listened to. I'm so sad that this song didn't perform well, because me and Game Boy Jones kind of went stupid on this one. This is like a pop, how describe it? It's like a island pop, Ibiza classic. I love this song. It's so feel good. It sounds like something from Moana. You know what I mean? So 10 billion%. I'm gonna throw this one up in air. I don't think it's as good as Leaving Here Together, but I really like that song. I just wish more people had listened to it. Everybody hates the thumbnail, the Spotify thumbnail, but I love it. Feel Decay, my Shigaraki track. Well, it's obviously the best song I've made this year because it had the line, "When life gives you lemons, you can make some lemonade," which is the best line ever written in Nerdcore. If you all have seen my reading terrible comments video, you'll know what I mean. Okay, Feel Decay generally is pretty good. It's probably right around the same as God of High School. I like it. I feel like it's just it's one of those songs where I just talk about the character a lot without saying anything. But stylistically, it's very good. Opening Thread. I'm going to put that right underneath Demon Blood. These songs I was trying to make when I made Demon Blood, I was trying to make it very similar to Opening Thread because it's the, siblings from the same series. I wanted them to be very reminiscent of each other, so structurally, it's almost identical. It has a hook. It opens with a hook. that has like one phrase being like motifed through and through. Then it has a singing section into a rap verse. Hook, singing, bridge, rap verse. It's the exact same structure, with similar beats instrumentally using flutes and Japanese plucked instruments. But I just feel like Demon Blood was my second try, and I really nailed it there. Opening Thread is one of my favorite songs I made this year, but it's definitely not as refined as I want it to be. Shoto, Todoroki, lift it high. My first collab with Free Soul. Love that dude. Love what he did. When he sent me his verse, I had to rewrite my entire verse because I didn't bar out enough. So shout out that guy. This was my first song really just going in and doing bar after bar after bar, and it really paved the way for what I wanted to do kind of later in 2020 and what I'm doing next year. So Shoto for me does hold I have a soft spot for it, so I'm gonna put it right there. Saiyan Prince, my Vegeta song, is really bad. It probably goes right there. Yeah, the less said about that song, the better. I tried to do a dubstep song, and it's just really lame. I Wish You Were My Waifu. We recorded a music video for this in London. The Kawaii Effects as the waifu, me and Connor Quest. There's a lot of Connor Quest collabs on this channel, isn't there? That's kind of crazy. I Wish You Were My Waifu is good. My rating of this song is going to be so skewed because I have heard this song so many times. You have no idea. I cannot listen to this song right now. It drives me fucking insane. Like, the amount of time we spent working on it, me and Connor, and then we had a demo version that was on loop while we were recording the music video. Then we were actually editing the music video. We had to record the final version and tweak it. I mixed it all. And then, obviously, we did the premiere and the scream for the music video. And it's just, I've had it on repeat so often. I don't know how to rate this song. I'm going to put it in A just because I know I really do like it. But I'm going to put it bottom A because I can't listen to it anymore. I've just listened to it so much. I know a lot of people like that song, though, which I'm so happy about. I think me and Connor were both skeptical about this one when it came out. We were like, will people respond to this? Will people like it? Will they get the joke? Most importantly. But yeah, I think it resonated with most people, and they got it. Meruem, my first feature with Fable on my own channel. And again, this is a track where I just went bar, 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 bar the entire time like a sheep. Gungi is my shit, you silly bitches, I'm just gaming. I love this song. I really love this song. Shocked and upset that this one didn't perform that well. I thought Merrin was a really popular character. It's me and Fable on a track, so I thought people would click through. But it's not doing that. It's not doing that well on YouTube. That said, though, it is a solid track. I'm gonna put it right up here, right underneath Ninetales. High A for me. One of my favorites this year. The Class. My Assassination Classroom trio rap. It's my favorite song I've made this year. Yeah, there's no two ways about it. It's my favorite song I've made this year. I think it's the best UK trio song. It has a banger hook. Everybody went crazy. I just said to everyone, I was like, look at the characters from the series and just write bars. Just go crazy on it. Just flow on it. I put together this fucking pasta style beat that I love. It's my favorite track this year from me. It's my favorite trio track that we've done. And finally, Otaku 2020, my final song that came out this year. It's the cipher. You know what I mean? It's the cipher that I put together that a lot of people were confused by because a lot of people who listen to music from our community don't understand a lot of stuff about rap music in general. They just know otacore, right? And anime rap music. Which is a shame, because I wish people knew more about regular rap music, because it's a fantastic genre with a lot of really good talent and history behind it. So Otaku 2020, what I wanted to do was bring a lot of more obscure artists in the scene who are just really good at rapping and just say, hey, just rap. Just do your thing. Just write bars. Just rap. Just go crazy. Show people what you can do and what you're about. Here's like a couple of beats that are cool. And I just got a bunch of weebs to write cool bars. So I really like how it turned out. There's like something in there for everyone. I think it's a really good closer to the year, and I hope it gets a couple of people's names up that people didn't know about. Maybe Free Soul and Slake and Breton and Ham Sandwich, and these people who are maybe a little bit more obscure but are still doing really cool shit. Hopefully it gets people to clock onto those guys. So that said, it is a cipher, and I'm not a big fan of ciphers in general. It's gonna make it low A tier for me. I really like that song. It's not the kind of thing that I can listen to casually, but I'm hoping that cypher fans, people who are fans of music in the cypher format, will like it. Genuinely, I think there are verses in there that are S tier. I think there are verses in there that are B tier. So I'm just going to average it out at A. But that's it. So I was expecting to kind of look back on this year of music and rate a lot of my songs a lot lower than I have. I feel like maybe I've been a little too kind to myself. You know what I mean? But anything that's A and above, A and S, are just the songs that I'm likely to listen to myself. They're songs that I will go back to just to listen to and enjoy. So that's them. Anything B and below is well, B and C are songs that I enjoy when they come on my stream playlist. I will play them for people if they ask, and I'm kind of proud of them. D and F are just not worth mentioning, you know what I mean? I really don't like these tracks. I'm gonna say D are songs that I can be forced to listen to. F are songs that I will straight up refuse to listen to. So yeah, there's my tier list. Let me know if you think anything in here needs to be lower or higher, or how you feel about it in the comments. This has been a long video, so if you've made it all the way through to the end, shout out you guys. 36 minutes of just talking about my own songs. Kind of wild. Yeah, so thank you. I will not tell you to comment anything specific below. Just let me know what you thought about the tier list and if there's anything you'd reorganize. Yeah, so if you want to join in things like this in the future, I don't often record stuff like this. It's usually just stuff I do for the stream. So twitch.tv/Shwabadi, place to be. But for now, I'm going to see y'all later. So thank you for joining me. Peace.